Imagine going to sleep every night and having complete control over your dreams. Exploring some of Earth's most beautiful places, flying to faraway galaxies, and living out wild fantasies all while you sleep. See, that's the promise of lucid dreaming. But is it even possible for somebody like me who can barely remember a single dream a night? Well, over the next week, I'm gonna put some of the internet's best lucid dreaming techniques to the test to see if they really can change the way that I sleep forever. See, we spend almost 230,000 hours sleeping in our lifetime. That is almost 1/3 of our entire lives, or nearly 26 years. But what's really crazy is, according to studies, only about 50% of people have ever had a lucid dream in their lives. But see, my best friend Tyler is in this very small group of people who have the rare ability to experience lucid dreams way more than everybody else. And for the longest time, he would tell me these stories of the wildest, most vivid dreams you could ever imagine. And it all made me so curious about the concept of lucid dreaming. I mean, why could we both go to bed at the same time on the same night, and he could have these magical, mystical moments, and I would wake up only having remembered a black void of nothingness? Well, see, having a lucid dream is kind of like finding a needle in a haystack if you aren't in that small group of people. Because whenever we go to sleep, we enter the state known as REM sleep. It happens about 90 minutes after falling asleep, and it only lasts about 10 minutes. But in those 10 minutes is supposedly when you can tap into the state of lucid dreaming. And because I don't want the rest of my life to be filled with these dreamless nights, I have found 5 of the best techniques on the internet to hopefully achieve my first lucid dream. And it all starts with number 1, reality checks. Okay, so maybe this technique isn't the most exciting, but it does seem to be the core foundation behind lucid dreaming. Because apparently, when you're in a lucid dream, sometimes it can feel so real that it's hard to tell that you're even dreaming. So after reading way too many Reddit posts, I have found the 2 best ways to do these reality checks. The first way is knocking on a wall before you walk through every doorway, and the second way is counting your fingers throughout the day. So I guess the concept behind these is when I go to do a reality check and I have 14 fingers or 7 hands, boom, I know I'm in a lucid dream. But these are also apparently really good ways to keep reminding our brain of our overarching goal that we do want to have a lucid dream. Every time we do one of these checks, it's just another time we're thinking about lucid dreaming. And if we do this consistently enough, I guess we're wiring our brains to get ready to experience something before it happens. And while I must admit, it is not the most exciting technique, we do have to start at the fundamentals if we ever want a chance of this happening. So that's pretty much what I did for day 1, walking around my house like a lunatic, knocking on walls and counting my fingers. But if reality checks were slowly training our brains, I thought I might as well try to speed up this process. So I went out and I got a book on lucid dreaming because I figured the more that I read, the more I think about it, the better chance that it actually might happen. And all of this was building up to our first night of sleep, where we would wake up and start the internet's second most popular technique. The second technique: dream journaling. And this technique is apparently the most important for somebody like me who struggles to remember their dreams. And it makes sense, because if we want a lucid dream, well, first we gotta start remembering normal dreams. But unfortunately, after a day of knocking on doors and counting my fingers and reading about dreaming, I was going to bed pretty optimistic that I might be able to remember my dreams tonight. Unfortunately, my dream journal reads 1 sentence: struggled to remember any dreams. But even though the first night was a little bit discouraging, we're gonna continue on doing reality checks, we're gonna keep on dream journaling, so that when we apply these last 3 techniques, they actually have a real shot of working. In the last 3 days, we'll include 3 different techniques that are supposedly the absolute best, the sure way to have a lucid dream on the internet. So I'm feeling the pressure, because basically we have the next 3 days to get our act together and start remembering our dreams before the big boys come in. And while I was preparing for those final 3 days, the more I learned about dreaming, the more fascinated I was becoming. From the ancient Egyptians to the Sumerians, the Greeks and the Romans, dreaming has always played an important role in history. I mean, past cultures have even built temples dedicated to dreams, truly believing that you could receive divine healing and revelations all while you sleep. But probably the most fascinating person to study this topic is Carl Jung, who believed dreams were a way for us to contact our subconscious thoughts, and by doing this, we can bring valuable insights back into our waking lives. He also believed that if we paid close enough attention to our dreams, they could warn us of dangerous events before they happened. See, I don't know if I believed in all that, but last night I called my brother and I told him about this video I was making on lucid dreaming, and he told me the most vivid dream he had ever had that literally might have saved our entire family's lives. He was deep asleep when he started having this dream about fire. It was engulfing him. The fire was everywhere. He wakes up and he goes and checks the sunroom, which is right next to his room, and it is on fire. The whole house caught fire and burnt down, but luckily everybody got out safe. And is this what Carl Jung was talking about how dreams can warn you of a dangerous event? Because what if he hadn't woken up during that dream? So hearing stories like that from my own brother made me start to believe a little bit more in the theories about Jung's importance of dreams. And over the next few days, I started diving deeper into Jung's teachings. I bought his book. I figured it was just another way to constantly keep thinking about dreams. And the more I learned about this stuff, the more it was apparent just how important our dreams really are. Carl Jung literally believed that dreaming was one of the most profound experiences somebody could have in their lifetime. And if we paid close enough attention, over time we could study the symbols that kept reoccurring in our dreams. And these symbols would act as a direct connection to our subconscious mind. I came into this video just trying to have fun, learning how to lucid dream in just 7 days, but this is turning into something much more than that. And this curiosity propelled me through the next few days as we got closer and closer to the 3 big techniques, and truly my best shot at having one of these experiences. Okay, so it is now day number 5. We just woke up from night number 4. So tonight will be the start of the 3 big techniques, but the 2 techniques that we've been doing have already helped a ton, because this is my dream journal now. From one night, I'm writing almost 2 pages of dreams. That's something that I couldn't do 4 or 5 days ago. I would just literally wake up, not have remembered anything, and just started my day. I will say I am sleeping a lot better. I'm feeling refreshed right now. I'm feeling ready to go. Like, put me in some shoes. I'll go run a marathon. I haven't felt like this refreshed in a while, man. This is also the thing that I've noticed. I am excited to go to bed now. It's actually kind of hard to go to sleep because my mind is like racing and getting super active. It like feels like the night before Christmas. I'm excited for the chance to like enter this weird realm of like crazy dreams. Okay, it's great that we're now just seeing the benefits of dream journaling, but now it is time for our first huge technique that might allow us to get our first lucid dream. Wake back to bed, or WTB, is pretty simple. Basically, the method involves setting an alarm for 5 hours after you fall asleep, and then once the alarm goes off, you get up and you stay up for 15 to 30 minutes. Here's the kicker. When you go back to bed, you have to keep the clear intention that you're gonna have a lucid dream. Apparently, this is one of the easiest techniques, and a lot of people actually have first-time success with this, because basically it is just hacking your sleep cycle to get you right into REM sleep. This guy on Reddit also mentions this method has the best chance of not experiencing sleep paralysis, which is, yeah, that's a problem we're trying to stay away from. I've never had sleep paralysis happen, probably because I could barely remember any of my dreams anyways, but it's apparently like falling asleep and you're just not able to move at all, and there's like sleep paralysis demons, and I don't know, it sounds pretty scary. So not really trying to get into any of that, just trying to have like, one of those fun lucid dreams, like I don't know, like something chill. I'm not trying to have demon dreams. I'm trying to have like Santa Claus dreams. Okay, it is time for bed now. We're about to go to sleep. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. No, tonight might be the night. I will talk to you guys in the middle of the night. All right, it is 3 a.m. I might be in a lucid dream right now. I don't even know. I have to stay up for another 10, 15 minutes. I had to count my fingers to make sure we're not in one right now. That would have been wild if I counted my fingers and I had 15 fingers. I would have been mind blown if I was in a lucid dream right now. I will see you guys in the morning. Hopefully we have a lucid dream. Wow, what a disappointing night it was last night. When I woke up, I could not go back to bed. Like my mind, I was up for an hour. And actually last night was one of the only nights that I barely remembered any dream. I remembered a very small portion of like one singular dream last night. So I could see how this technique works because you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like feeling so weird when you're waking up at 3 a.m. and you're crawling around and you're like, what's going on? Not gonna lie, like morale kind of low after that. Like I was thinking last night would be a really good chance to have our first lucid dream, but that's not gonna stop us because tonight we move on to technique number 4. Okay, although we didn't have the best success this morning, I'm still optimistic because we are now moving on to our 4th technique. This technique is called mild or mnemonic induction of lucid dream. That sounds scientific, but apparently this is one of the most effective techniques to have a lucid dream. Now it's pretty similar, but this Reddit user points out probably what we did wrong yesterday. If you have woken up after 4.5 hours of sleep, scribbled your dream down in your journal, and then said something to the effect of, I will realize when I am next dreaming, chances are you'll wake up without having gone lucid. Yeah, that's us to a T. That's exactly what happened last night. Tonight, we are gonna try to go lucid. So apparently this mnemonic lucid dreaming technique is gonna hack our memory somehow and will allow us to get into a lucid dream even easier. Now it is similar to last night where we set our alarm for 5 hours after falling asleep. We stay up, but this time only for a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And then here's the trick. When we're going back to bed, we visualize ourselves seeing a dream sign. So seeing something that you would see in a dream and keeping that visualization there until you slowly morph into that lucid dream. Mnemonic kind of sounds like demonic, and I'm hoping this isn't drifting in the realm of sleep paralysis. So tonight, we try this 4th technique, and hopefully this will be the one that can finally allow us to be lucid. And they do put a little tidbit in there that this could take months to achieve, and we're trying to do this in a week. So yeah, we are trying to speed up this process. But it also says that people do experience this on their first time. We're up again at 3:30 in the morning. Talk to you guys in the morning. Hopefully we'll have achieved lucidity. All right, it is the next morning and wow. It might have been one of the most interesting nights I've had in a while. I had a terrifying dream. One of those dreams that rattle you down to your bones. Although we didn't have a lucid dream, it was one of the more realistic dreams I've had in a very long time. So I think these techniques are getting us closer to having a lucid dream, but something I didn't anticipate is that these dreams can be terrifying. Dreams sound so lovely and so rosy and so beautiful. Last night was anything but that. In my madness, waking up in the middle of the night after this terrifying dream, I started thinking maybe the reason that people don't have dreams is because it's a defense mechanism so you don't have scary dreams. Maybe that's why I haven't been dreaming. Maybe I just like subconsciously was like, you know what? No more. I'm not dealing with this. A little bit too scary. We're just not going to dream at all. So I'd say so far these techniques are working. I am becoming more lucid and being able to remember my dreams more, but definitely not to the point where I feel like I'm in the dream. But that takes us to our 5th and final technique as we try to get lucid. Its acronym is WILD. It is wake-induced lucid dreaming. Similar to the other ones, you set your alarm for 5 hours after you go to bed. You wake up. Instead of staying up for 5 to 10 minutes or for 15 to 30 minutes, you must stay up for an hour. It says you should try to write down any dreams or read a book. Who can read a book when they wake up at 3 a.m.? What psycho is reading a book when they wake up at 3 a.m.? That's insane. That's crazy.
Meanwhile,
okay, well, after trying the internet's most popular lucid dreaming techniques for 1 week, I can now officially say it didn't work. For me. But I did have my most vivid dream that I've had this entire week last night. It wasn't lucid, but it was vivid. And throughout this week, I did learn that dreaming is a practice that is worth pursuing. I mean, I can see why all these people throughout history thought it was such an important thing. Just by writing down my dreams and analyzing them in the morning, I feel like I have a little bit of a better understanding of my own mind. My sleep is better, my memory recall is better, so I can only imagine what it will be like when the day comes when we do have a lucid dream. If you guys have any more tips on how to achieve a lucid dream, drop it in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked the video, please subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.